Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Whoa, what a day. What a day it was today. West Ham, they do give you a heart attack, I will say that, and they do stress you completely out, I will say that. But I will start off at the beginning. And listen, I like the team lineup. And when the team lineup come out, I was happy. I was really happy. But we got off to the worst possible start possible when Pereira scored. Absolute howler from Fabianski. Lucas Fabianski, sorry, but you should be palming that over for a corner. But West Ham do put you through the mill, and they did it the crossbar for them. I will say that. And they could have easily been 2-0 up. We was absolutely dreadful in that first 20 minutes of that game. And for me, we sort of managed to get a bit of luck for once, and we did get a penalty. Great work from Craig Dawson. Literally drawing the foul from Pereira, and Pereira's naive, very, very naive, and basically gets sort of fooled by Dawson, and we get the penalty. And we Jared Bowen, he's our new penalty taker now, everyone. I think we've established that. Great penalty, scores the goal. Gianluca Scamacca, though, right, in that first half, he had so many chances. He could have had a hat-trick today. He is such an absolute player, but I'll get on to him later in this stream. But at half-time, we're going at 1-0, sorry. And I felt that West Ham sort of got away with it in that first half. I would say that. People say, oh, weren't a bad first half. I disagree. I thought West Ham were slow at the start, and a better team would have put us to bed early in that first half. Second half, we come out, and we was the most dominant side going. We was all over them. We dominated the play, and Gianluca Scamacca, this Italian sensation, mate. He's fast becoming a cult hero at West Ham, and he's only been here not even 10 games, I don't think it is. And for me, that goal, his calmness, first of all, his calmness to score the goal. I'll give him that. He like to take the ball down. It wasn't an handball. It come up to his arm, but it didn't reach his arm. And for me, it's a great finish, right? He tucks it away. He thinks he's offside. That's the thing. He looks over, and if you monitor what he was saying, he actually thinks he's offside. So it wasn't the handball he thought he'd done. He thought he was offside, but the Fulham player plays him on. And West Ham get a run of the green with VAR for once, and we score a goal. Very cool finish, as Robert says in the chat. I will come to the chat shortly. And we go 2-1 up. We have a load of other chances. Paqueta, first half was a bit 50-50 for me. Second half, he sort of grew into the game and was excellent. Second half, and John brings it in after everyone. Paqueta looked good in that second half. I totally agree. And then to sort of round up the mini review, Antonio comes on. He has a go, and he has about 3 chances to score, and eventually he does score and seals the win for us. And listen, fair play to Antonio. He comes on for 10 minutes, he does his job as a super sub, and scores the goal, which helps us get the 3 points. It's a good win. It's a good win, but I'm not liking how slow we're starting in games. Right, that's a few times now where we're starting off slow. And Fulham today, they scored and they could have been 2-0 up. But I do like this sort of new sort of way West Ham are playing. Very free-flowing attacking football. What a difference when you play a 4-2-3-1 system, West Ham look. I'm sorry, but when people keep saying, well, we've got to play 3 at the back with wing-backs and play this hybrid and all this crap. No, mate, it's not the West Ham way. West Ham way is 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, and we look flowing and we look good. And we got there in the end today. It's a good win, though. I will say that, because in the first 20 minutes of that game, I was worried. I was thinking, what am I seeing? What is going on? Anyone who follows me on Twitter, go over and check my Twitter feed. I couldn't believe how bad we was in that first sort of 20 minutes up until the penalty. Once we got the penalty, we sort of calmed ourselves down. I thought Jared Bowen was good today also. Right, he's starting slowly becoming back to his best. Do you know what I mean? As he was last year, and I'm so very, very pleased. I'm just going to go a little run through the players, and then I will get to your comments. First player that I'm going to give praise to today, who is my man of the match, which I will be mentioning later on my player ratings, is Craig Dawson, mate. I thought Craig Dawson was absolutely excellent yet again today. Everything he done well. He didn't put anything out of place. He won us the penalty. I know people were going to give it to the attackers, but defensively, I thought Craig was very, very good. And do you know what? He's one of our best defenders, if not our best defender at the club at the minute. Zuma today was a bit hit and miss for me, but Craig Dawson is Mr. Reliable all the time. We've got a bit of a problem with him though, because if he wants to leave in January, it's going to be very, very hard to replace a man who's very comfortable at the minute with West Ham. Timo Kehrer, for me, had a mixed game, in my opinion. Really, really did mixed game. First half, he got tormented and terrorised by their player on the left-hand side, I think it was. Kubermo, I think his name was. He got booked, which he always does get booked, Kehrer. But I will be honest, second half, he did look a lot better. When he did get booked, he played the game very, very well. Very, very well. And he bought the foul and took the yellow card. And that's what West Ham have got to be. West Ham have got to be a bit more sort of taking these bookings and, do you know what I mean, just to slow the game down. But I thought in the second half, he was good. First half, not so good. I'll move over to Cresswell. Great block from Cresswell. I'm not his biggest fan. Really am not. But I will say this. He does a good block in the second half. I can't remember what the score was. I think it was 1-0 at the time, I think. And I don't think Fab's getting there. I really don't. And Cresswell throws his body in the way, gets there, and do you know what I'm saying? Fair enough. Fair play to him. Souček for me today, quiet again. Right? I'm not going to go in on Souček like other people would do, but I didn't see nothing of him today to say that he was anything, really. If I'm being truthfully honest. Declan Rice is Declan Rice. He's another player who's slowly starting to sort of come back into his own again. Done a great bit of play in the second half where he chased the ball down, he miscontrolled the ball, and he run around all the players to get the ball back again. And I thought, yeah, that'd do me from Declan. Declan was very, very good though today. Do you know what I mean? And long may that continue. Lucas Paqueta, tough one for me. Second half, excellent. Yeah, I thought it was excellent second half. First half, he does one good pass down the line for Skamaka. Other than that, I thought he was poor. I thought he was poor. But second half, he come into his own. He's a talented footballer. Don't get me wrong, he is, and he's a top class player. But I think it's just going to take a bit of time to get him embedded into the Premier League style and the Premier League sort of way of doing things. For me, it's going to come sooner rather than later. I think he's getting there, but it's just sometimes he wants too much time on the ball, and you can't have that in the Premier League. You know what it's like; people are on you. So yeah, Lucas Paqueta was good. Fornals, I see people saying about Fornals. First half, he saved us. I remember he cut out a pass in the first half for one of their players at the back post, and basically, if he's not there, he doesn't intercept it. It could possibly be a shot on goal, if not a goal. So you've got to give Fornals a bit of credit for that. Second half, didn't really see much of him. He works hard, but I think other players stood out other than him. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's it really for me from Fornals. Now I get to the main two, the two that I put in my dream team this week, which absolutely worked magnificently and boosted me right up there. First player I'm going to mention is Jared Bowen. I thought Jared Bowen, great penalty. First of all, he had Harrison Reed in his ear roll consistently, trying to put him off. Jared ignores it, gets down, strikes the ball, bottom corner, lovely penalty. He should have scored another goal today. Jared Bowen is starting to come back to his best as he was last year, and it is so really, really nice to see. I think the goal against Wolves was a good one. It's boosted his confidence up further and further and up. Yeah, he was excellent. And finally, Gianluca Scamacca. For me, I've always called it for a long time during the summer. I had many debates on Twitter and social media, doing spaces and doing open sort of chats on Twitter about summer signings, and people were crying for Broja. And I said, no, Gianluca's the man for West Ham. And I've always stuck by it. And listen, this boy is top class. We've got a top class striker on our hands. A man who takes the ball first time. He's a natural born finisher. I'm not going to say much about his goal because his goal was all about instinct. Like it's a good goal, don't get me wrong. But his overall play today was excellent, holding the ball up, headering the ball. He should have scored at least 2 goals today, if not more than that. I thought he was top class. Obviously, gets subbed off for Mikel Antonio, who comes on and scores a goal. And fair play to Mikel Antonio. His place has been jeopardised because of Gianluca's arrival. And fair enough, he comes on as a sub, 10 minutes, scores the goal. Antonio is the super sub for West Ham now. He should be our super sub. And for me, West Ham get the win today. It was tough, but we got there in the end, in my opinion. So I'm going to hand it over to the chat, see what the chat's got to say. I'm going to run through all your comments, and then I'm wrapping this up. What we've got here. What do you think about that, Jim? I've just told you, mate. I've just told you. I enjoyed Paqueta's second half performance. We got away with one on that Scamacca goal. I don't know, Lewis. I think it's a good finish from him. Let's be honest, right? But I think the penalty, and I think first half we got away with it. That will do from Gaz. Totally agree, mate. Absolutely. That time we had some luck. This is why my hair is so grey. Afternoon, guys. I hope you're all well, guys. All well, mate. Robert says it was a cool finish from Scamacca. It was, mate. He's a natural born finisher. We've got a natural born finisher in our ranks. And listen, Newman is the man who's targeted this man for a year. So, fair play to Newman. Afternoon, everyone. Paqueta looked good in that second half. I agree. Paqueta did look good second half. I thought he started to sort of come into his own a little bit more. His touch and his awareness is excellent. He does get fouled ahead of a lot, Paqueta, and he doesn't get the fouls that he deserves, in my opinion. So, like a few times today, the referee, right, who was inconsistent today, to say the least, there was fouls on Paqueta, and they just weren't given. And I think in the end, Declan even said to him, "It's a blatant foul. Why are you not giving it?" So to speak. So, yeah, no one else in the team can make that pass. Yeah, glad we won, but there's still a lot of work to do. Awful performance up until our equaliser. First goal was lucky. Second goal was marginal to be disallowed, and the third was also awful. Work to do. I think you're being slightly harsh there, Jezza. I think you're being slightly harsh. I agree. First 20 minutes of that game, we were shy. I will openly admit that. Terrible. Not good enough at all. I'm not liking this slow start from West Ham, and it's consistently happening over and over again. But we scored the goal. Scamacca had a few chances in that first half. He had a header. He had another one where Bowen had a shot went over the bar. West Ham were pressing Fulham. It wasn't like Fulham were comfortable in that first half. It's just that we just didn't turn up in the first 20 minutes. The second goal for us, Scamacca, you've got to give the man credit that, fair enough, it is marginal, but he does score. Right? He could have gone, oh, I'll let it go, right? And he puts it away. And the third goal, yeah, I will be honest, it took about 400 chances to put it in the back of the net, and eventually he did do so, which is good. It's nice to have a striker with an instinct on goal. Totally agree, Gaz. Totally agree. Natural born finisher. Things are only getting better. We performed bad, but yet still got the win. That is a lot. This is a lot. We needed that win. I agree. Cresswell was good with a lot of others. I think Cresswell was decent. Yeah, I'll give him that. I thought Kehrer in the first half, and I do like Kehrer, don't get me wrong, but I thought he was shite in the first half. Kehrer was getting roasted by Fulham's man all day long, and I was worried because he slid in the first half. And what I do like about Kehrer, he's such a slippery bastard, right? Because he goes sliding in, he mistimes the foul, doesn't get booked. He does another little nudge, another little foul. And the reason why he got booked in the end because it was persistent fouling all over the place. So, yeah, he was good, mate. What does Souček and Fornells do? Nothing. I agree. Souček was invisible today for me, but I didn't really see much of him. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's only because others stood out, in my opinion. Maybe. So we'll see what happens there. Moyes says Moyes out. Oh, Scott says Moyes out. I don't know why he's saying that. Poor man management of certain players, but we've won. What we got here? I agree. Dawson was great. I thought Dawson was man of the match for me. I really did. I think the way his defensive player over Zuma night and day. And that's the worry for me. As Zuma, everyone thinks Zuma's the better defender. I think Dawson's a better defender than him at the minute. Paqueta was man of the match. He's only going to get better too. I agree. If anyone thinks Fulham had a bad game, seriously look at yourself. He was mustard today. I wouldn't say he was mustard, Ahmed. I wouldn't say that. I think he was. I think he had a good performance, but I wouldn't say he was like outstanding today. There was a few times where he was nowhere to be seen on that right hand side. Left hand side. Paqueta still needs time to adapt to the Prem, but overall a good performance. I would have to agree with that. Fornals was awful. Shouldn't be starting. Cool. Yeah. You guys seen the handball on the third goal as well? We got lucky for once. I didn't see the handball, mate, but a win's a win at the end of the day. Fab needs to be released from his contract in January. Yeah, listen, Fabianski today, right? I hope he's in that changing room right now, thanking all his colleagues today, because I thought that first goal, that's terrible goalkeeping in my opinion. Really is howlers, absolute howler. One Zuma you can sort of blame, but when the shot's coming at him from that angle, he's just let it go straight through him. It was terrible, mate. It was terrible. Let's get down to the bottom here. I think Skamaka has got more to his game than Haaland. Oh, I don't know about that. I think Haaland's a phenomenon, mate. But I do think Skamaka is starting to turn into a player like at West Ham. He's starting to embrace the Premier League. And I'll tell you what, if we can just supply this man with good balls, good crosses, I think he scores 20 goals this season. I really do, in all competitions. Was Fornals pressing well? I'd say he was okay. Fornals was our most, if not one of the most creative players today. Oh, I don't know about that, Amarid. Fair enough, but that's your opinion. Anyway, James, nothing like a West Ham win to make your weekend. I totally agree, Steve. That time we see some consistency. I did say the other week, I said West Ham, this is a big week for West Ham. Wolves, Anderlecht, Fulham. We've got 3 wins out of 3. That's what more do we want? I think the performances are getting better slowly, but I don't like the way we're starting. We're starting games too slow, in my opinion, which is a worry. Is a worry for me personally. Like West Ham can't keep starting off slow against teams and go a goal down. And we could have went 2-0 down today. I think if we go 2-0 down, I think it ends up being very, very toxic in the ground, in my opinion. Every pass sideways and backwards. I will say one thing, what you said about that. Paqueta, he loves a pass forward. I will give him that. I sort of watched Paqueta towards the back end of the game before he got subbed. And obviously where West Ham were sort of out of possession, when he got the ball, he turns and he's facing the goal. It's never a sideways or back pass with him. I think it's the Brazilian nature. They love just to go forward and not back. It's going to be hard to keep Skamaka next summer. Oh, I don't know about that, mate. He's here for 5 years, I think it is. West Ham have tied him down. 100 million, please. Straight into West Ham's bank account. Listen, excellent player. Absolute excellent player. Let's get down to this. We've got here. We're back. I hope all the people who wanted him out give him a deserved apology. I wouldn't say that, Kane, but if you want to say it, you can, sir. 2 questionable handballs involving 2 goals, but we've got the 3 points. Just remember Chelsea away. And that's all I'm going to say. Well, we've got nothing in that game. You see Antonio's flick turn the game at the end. Has been teaching, yeah. Fornals was good second half. Fair enough. I said Cresswell loves Dawson, but some players need to have a bit more consistency. You can't have 1 good game and 3 bad. Yeah, let's get down here. Kera had a nightmare first half. Totally agree. Listen, I'm one of the biggest supporters of Kera, but he was shocking in that first half. That, as I said previous, their winger had him on toast in that first half. Second half, he sort of calmed himself down. He didn't go as far forward second half as he did first. And I think Moyes maybe had a word with him at half time. Robinson, Boss, Bowen and him. I don't know. Robinson was good though. I must admit for them. Good result, but really need to start Areola. Antonio was good when he come on. Dawson was awesome. Skamaka brilliant. Dawson, man of the match for me by a long way. I think Skamaka, Paqueta, Bowen, they're all up there, but I think Dawson, how smart he was to win that penalty. Listen, whether or not it's a penalty or not, or whether or not you think it's a penalty or not, Dawson's there. He's using his brain. He's going right. He knows his geezer's fouling him, and he's drawing the geezer onto him. And that's what I want to see at West Ham. He ain't cheating. It's using your loaf, basically. And he used his loaf there, Dawson, and used his brain and thought, well, I can win a penalty here. And good on him. Good on him. Totally. Wish walk tonight, poor Matt. God, Scott Ben's on one tonight. You know what I mean? I'm not a Moyes lover, but you've got to admit we deserve the win today. Not vintage. Totally agree. Totally, utterly agree on that. I think the 20 minutes, as I say, in the first half or after the goal, we looked a lot better. If you ever look at the first half, Scamacca had a few great chances, really. But second half, we dominated them from start to finish, in my opinion, and we deserved the win. I agree, Scott. Then maybe not immediate, but the ball needs to looking around. Oh, everyone's saying about him go. We can't let Dawson go. Totally agree. Totally agree. Unless we bring in someone of top quality, Dawson's our best defender at the minute. He really is. He's tearing it up. Absolutely tearing it up for us. So yeah, he was excellent again today. Like, I think, yeah, I can't praise him up enough. Really can't. Scamacca, passing and finishing is super. Yeah, I agree. Watch the game more closely and pay more attention for those who don't see the benefits of having 4 nails on the pitch. Oh, I don't know about this 4 nails, loving. I really don't. Rice was my man of the match, though. Yeah, Rice was good. It was good. I must admit, second half, as I said previously, he loses the ball and he chases the ball down, gets the ball back, and yeah, he was like a dog with a bone today, Rice. Slowly starting coming back into his form. I will say that. Yeah, he's starting to get there. And look the player that he once was with us. Because this season he's been very, very inconsistent, to say the least. Let's be honest. But Declan Rice today, yeah, it was good. What we got? I really don't know why it takes us until the second half to play attacking football. I will agree on that. It's just that we're slow starters. It's a worry. It is a worry for me. I don't like how slow we do come out, and like up until they scored, right, we just couldn't get out of our own box. And it was like no one knew what they was doing. And then eventually they sort of revved their engines and went, "That's it, full steam ahead." So yeah, let Dawson train at home for 3 days a week. I totally agree. He can stay with the family more. I totally agree. Knackered from Thursdays is why. I don't know about that though, Sam. I don't know. Fab didn't play Thursday. Zuma didn't play Thursday. Crest didn't play Thursday. Kira didn't play Thursday. Dawson did, and Dawson was the best player on the pitch in my opinion today. Right for us, by country mile, and he played Thursday. Souček didn't play Thursday. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's our back 6 that I mentioned, 5, 6. So I don't know, mate. I don't know, Sam. Some of our fans only see what they want to see clearly. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. We have a Rolls Royce team being driven by a blind man. Yeah, bloody hell. Fair. No, it's just I just thought even Zuma today was iffy, to say the least. Like some of the things he done, and I look at Dawson, I look at him, and I think Dawson pisses over him defensively. Really does. In the air, on the ground, everything. And Dawson now is finding passes from deep, which are even more impressive. I don't know what's going on, but West Ham needs to listen. Let him train once a week at home. That's what I'd say. Let him stay there. Surely we can start Scamacca and we have Antonio come on versus the tied defences for both the Premier League and Europa twice a week without them becoming fatigued. Yeah, I agree on that. Totally. Remember to like the stream, everyone. Please do smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. It really helps me out. I'll be going for another 6 minutes. Zuma hesitates. Dawson never does. I agree. Totally agree. Antonio will start in Europe. I agree on that. Also, I think Antonio. I must admit, it was funny though. Like when Antonio's running through, I'm thinking he ain't going to score. He ain't going to score. And he has a shot. It don't go nowhere. Then he's having another go, and then eventually all the Fulham players started falling over each other, and it was like the space opened up for Antonio, and it was like, please put this in the back of the fucking net, please. and he did, and fair play to him. Do you know what I'm saying? Which was frustrating, to say the least. West Ham have always been a slow starters. Was thinking, why can they play Europa Cup games on a Wednesday? I think it's because every other team does, mate. I think that's what it is, guys. If I'm being honest. 2 or 3 cracks. Yeah, he has to have 2 or 3 goals, Antonio, before he gets going. But this is the thing now, before I sort of come towards the end. When you look at Gianluca Scamacca and you look at the quality that West Ham have brought in, West Ham are going up levels, mate. Absolute levels. Now, don't get, as I always say, Nicky's been a great servant to West Ham. I will never take that away from him. He will always be West Ham's record goal scorer in the Premier League. Yeah, and for what he's brought to West Ham and what he's done for this club will always be remembered. But sometimes in life, you have to change the baton to someone new, someone fresh. And that man is Gianluca Scamacca. After everything he done today is flawless, really. Calm, composed, and he's deadly in front of goal. The man is deadly. Like when he's got a chance, he's hitting the target every. Like, do you know what I mean? And if he don't, then he gets angry and angrier. And he, like today, I just never felt he wasn't going to score today. Do you know what I mean? I always thought there's always a chance of him scoring a goal, and he thoroughly impressed me today, Scamacca, and he's just getting better. As we keep winning, the confidence will keep growing, and naturally our football will improve. It's just the only thing about the performance today, and this has been my final comment because I'm going to wrap this up, is basically the slow starting of West Ham. That's the only thing I will say. Like, we do start off slow, and we allow teams. We give teams confidence by starting off slow. We done it last week against Wolves. Like, Wolves couldn't hit a barn door, and this week we've done the same thing against Fulham. Now, West Ham need to sort of cut that out. They have to cut that out. If we're going to get up the league and fight for top 8 or top 7 or whatever, we have to be more on the front foot early. Like, second half, he was out and was on the front foot. First half, it's out and we're just like strolling around sort of thing, not really on it, so to speak. But it is what it is. Anyway, West Ham have won a game today, and it is Sunday, so I'm going to let all you go and enjoy your Sunday roasts or Sunday meals or whatever you're doing. I'll be back later on tonight to do a player ratings. Possibly could be on my own tonight, but we will see. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, either one of them times. Just have a look on E20 on the YouTube channel, and you'll see the time. And probably 8 o'clock though, if I'm being honest. My final thought is this: West Ham get the job done in the end, but it was a struggle at the start. Poor start, great finish, and that's what it's all about. But we will move on and see what is going on in the future. Do you know what I mean? I'll be back also during the week to do some more content for Intellect at Home. But for me, to you, have a good one. West Ham are slowly becoming massive again, and it's so nice to see. Take care, all.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.